This is a quick tutorial to show how to make an animated banner for Google Classroom. So here we can see the final result of a turkey walking up a road and then saying gobble gobble. And I'm going to show you how to do this using Google Slides. So this is our project. This is what we will eventually want this to look like. And it's really not too difficult to make these banners that really make your Google Classroom look quite a bit more interactive and quite a bit more fun. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create, not a new folder, but we want to create a new Google slide. First thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these boxes because we do not need them and I do not want them. We're going to go up to File and we're going to go to Page Setup. In Page Setup, we're going to click on the little drop down, go to Custom, 1600 by 400 pixels, not inches, because that'd be quite crazy. Now, I will say that I'm going to go fairly quickly during this video, but that's the great thing about video is that you can always come back and see it a little bit slower if you need to go a little bit slower. So I made my presentation 1600 by 400, which is the size that we need for our banner here. So I'm going to right click on the background and I'm going to click Change Background and I'm just going to make it black. The reason I make it black is because it's going to make it easier to crop our background image here in a second, and I'll show you how to do that. And it also just, in case anything peeks out, a little bit of black peeking out is not nearly as bad as a little bit of white peeking out, at least in my experience. So it's just a nice blank canvas for us to work on. So I went and found these two images on Google. We have this fall road, and then we also have this cartoon turkey. And these are going to be the two main images that we use. So I just went in Google. I found things that worked for me. Depending on what you want your scene to look like, you might have different images that you need. So let's go ahead and put in the fall road here. So we're going to go to Insert Image. I already have it uploaded to Drive, so we're going to upload it to Drive, or upload it from Drive. I'm going to line up the bottom corner with the bottom corner of the black canvas, and then I'm going to stretch this out so that the corner lines up. So if we were to look at the little preview up here, we can see that the road goes all the way to the top of our canvas. So if I crop it down, this is how much will actually be visible. You can see in our final project that I have a little bit more visible, and that's just so that our turkey has a little bit of headroom when he's on the road. So to accomplish that, I'm actually going to shrink down, I'm going to shrink down my picture a little bit. It's just going to compress it a little bit, and then I'm going to crop it to fit the canvas. So this is something you might need to play with to see what works well. You can see here that I cropped it even a little bit more than that. But for what we're doing, this will work. All right, so now we want to put in our turkey. So we're going to do the same thing, Insert, Image from Drive. And here is the problem that we face. The turkey has a white background. Now, ideally, when you're looking at images on Google, you might be able to find one that's transparent. If you can find a transparent image, that's going to save you a lot of time. There is no easy way to get rid of the white background in Google Slides. At least not one that I found, not one that is easily accessible today. So here's what we're going to have to do. So let's get rid of him for now. And I downloaded the picture and I opened it up in Paint 3D on in Windows. And we're going to go to Canvas. We're going to select Transparent Canvas. And then we're going to click Magic Select. So we want to make sure that the box is fully encompassing the turkey. We're going to click Next. And then it's going to give us this little green highlight for everything that it's about to select. So you'll notice that the eyes are not included here, the white of the eyes. But we want to include those eyes, otherwise our turkey's head is going to be transparent. So I'm just going to draw on the inside of there, and then you can see the color pops back up. I click done, and now you see that our turkey is, it doesn't have a background anymore, which is awesome. But all of this is still here. So if I were to save this image right now, I would still have a white square. So I'm going to move the turkey out of the way, go to brushes, eraser, and then I'm going to just erase all of the white here. Move the turkey to the other side. All right, cool. So now I'm going to move the turkey back, and I've never been able to get the turkey just quite the right size, so make it a little bit smaller, put it in the box, and then Control S, save as, image, make sure that transparency is selected as a PNG file, save, sure, save it wherever, and then I uploaded that to Google Classroom. So now we have this turkey with a transparent background. You can tell it's a transparent background because it has the little checkerboard pattern in the back. So now we're going to insert our transparent turkey, and you can see this looks quite a bit better. So we can move him around, no sweat. So when we make our banner, we see that there's individual little slides here, individual pictures. And the way we're going to do that is by making individual slides, and each slide is going to be a frame of our GIF. So for the very first frame, I don't want the turkey in there at all. So I'm going to move the turkey up and out of the frame. I'm going to select the slide, copy, and paste. In the second slide, I'm going to pull the turkey back down. I'm going to make it real small. Throw him in the back of the road here, like such. And then copy and paste. Move the turkey forward, make it a little bit bigger, copy, paste, move the turkey forward, make it a little bit bigger, and repeat. So we're going to do that all the way until the turkey reaches us in the front of the road. So of course, as the turkey gets closer, it's going to be increasing in scale more quickly. Now I'm moving the turkey off to the right-hand side because I want the text for my Google Classroom, which will be over here, to still be visible. And that's another thing you want to consider when you're picking a background image, is you want something that's still going to make your text easily legible. All right, let's see here. So we'll make one more turkey here, maybe two. Yeah, we'll do one more. Make them really nice and big. So then I go back and I just want to make sure that it looks okay, and it does. You can see the scaling might be a little bit better. For this one, I spent quite a long time making the scaling look good. You know, it all depends just how much time do you want to put into your Google banner. If you're watching this tutorial, you probably want to put a little bit of time into it. So now I want to create this little text box. And Google Slides has a fantastic little feature, insert, shape, callouts, and then it gives you a couple of different text box options here. So I'm going to click the one with the rounded rectangle, and we're just going to adjust a little bit. Going to move the talking piece over here to the turkey, gobble gobble, and I want this to be a little bit smaller. Notice that when you change the size of the text box, this changes size as well. So you'll need to adjust where it's talking from each time. And now I'm going to copy and paste this slide 5 times. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to highlight those, copy, and paste again. That way I have a total of 10 identical slides where it says gobble gobble. So you'll notice in the classroom, the turkey runs up, and then it stays there for a second. It says gobble gobble. So now we need to turn this into an animated GIF. And the way we're going to do that is with an add-on called Creator Studio. So this can be found if you just search for Creator Studio in the Google Store. It's a free add-on, and this is what we want to do with it. So we have a couple of things we need to decide. We need to decide the output width, the interval, and the export format. So I want the output width to be 1600. I want the interval to be 0.2. So this is how often the slide is going to be updated with the following slide. So this is something you might want to play with. A lower number is going to result in a faster GIF, a smoother GIF. This one that I made for my Among Us banner, this is 0.2. So it's 5 frames per second, and then it repeats, right? That is perfectly, just play around with it, see what you like. I will say that you can't do something like this. So let's say you wanted to do a quarter of a second. I have not had success with that. It needs to be just in tenths of a second or more. So 1600 pixels in output width, the height will be automatically adjusted. 0.2 for the interval, and then we're going to select animated GIF, and we're going to click upgrade or go. And it's going to think for a second. It's going to work with it. Normally takes 20 and 30 seconds. All right, so it says render completed. So now we're going to go back to our Google Drive, My Drive, Creator Studio, and then we will find our GIF here. And we see the turkey run up, and it says gobble gobble. So if you want to go and change your classroom, you will go to the classroom, you'll click upload photo, and then this is what I find really frustrating, is that you can't actually just select it from Drive. So you need to go in, download the image, and then you can re-upload it to your Google Classroom. Once you do that, you want to drag this little box up into the top left corner, drag it down to the bottom right corner. You may need to play with that a little bit, and then select class theme. And there you go. Your banner will be updated with your turkey running up the street saying gobble gobble.